All right, fellas, let's get it. You see the title. What being lean taught me about women. All right, another body game video, by the way. But the first thing I will say is the first thing is like, yo, bitches obviously care about your body, bro. That dad bod shit. The only ones that of you guys that believe that shit are the ones that obviously don't get chicks and you're not out in the field because every single time I'm with a chick, you see this shit. Every time I'm with a chick, they feel on my muscles and shit like that. I've even played around with the past few chicks I dated and just been like, yo, like, cause they'll say some shit. They'll be like, oh my god, like, why did you hit me up and want to go out? And I'll be like, yo, like, I'm just a virgin. Like, why did you want me? And I'm just playing around and shit. But they'll be like, oh my god, like, I love your chest and your abs and shit like that. They're like, I just really love abs. I'm turned on by abs and arms and shit like that. Cause in reality, like I said, most dudes don't have abs. There's more millionaires than people who have abs. So if a chick dates you and you have abs, bro, best believe you're gonna be in the top 10 niggas she ever dated, bro. Realistically, probably the top 5 dudes she ever dated type shit. So it's like they're super turned on by this shit. Like majority of the time, when I link with a chick, they're feeling on my abs and shit. They're getting turned on. That's what gets them going, bro. That's what gets them going. Not you saying some shit like you can't have a big ass stomach and they rub on it and then you're like baby, and you just say some shit and you speak game and they're turned on. Fuck no, bro. That's not how it works, bro. That's not how this shit works. But they like women fucking hate dad bods, bro. Or at least what we think dad bods are. We think dad bods are what actual dad bods look like, which is like 28% body fat. They think dad bods are 14% body fat with muscle. That's what they think, all right? But yeah, they hate dad bods. Don't ever fucking think that they like it. It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Like it's just the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Like it's a quote for most dudes to be like, yes, I don't have to get in shape. Let me just have a dad bod. No, nigga, they don't. They fucking they love the lean physique. And another thing is, a lean physique shows you take care of yourself. And a lot of chicks are like, yeah, I like that you take care of yourself, and I like that you watch what you eat and you have discipline. Like that's gonna be more attractive innately. All right. And then obviously, if you inspire other dudes, you feel what I'm saying? Like because you're lean, then more chicks are gonna want you anyways. Like because you're more powerful in general. Like the power dynamic is gonna be there. All right. And you're rare as shit. You're rare as shit. All right. That's number one. Number two, just how just how sexual a woman can be. I know a lot of you guys will, because they make the first move. I'm not gonna say they usually make the first move. They always fucking make the first move. When it comes to when I'm dealing with chicks and stuff like that, because they're turned on physically. All right, like a lot of you guys are like, whoa, how do you escalate this? How do you escalate that? Don't fucking ask me, nigga. I ain't got that issue, bro. Don't ask my homeboy. He ain't got that issue. Don't ask my brothers. They ain't got that issue. Type shit. All right, they ain't got that issue. don't ask us that shit, bro. Straight up, it's like that. Like the chick's gonna make the move on you and shit like that. Like the other day, I was chilling with a chick. You see what I'm saying? Watching a show real quick. Just relaxing, watching a show, and she was like, "Why don't you take off your clothes?" And I was like, "How dare you?" You feel me? Like, listen, chicks be telling me that shit. Y'all be trying to like escalate with chicks and shit. Like, but chicks be like, "Can you take off your shirt so I can see your muscles? Let me see your tattoos. Let me see this. Let me see that." Like, chicks be on me with that shit. You see what I'm saying? Or they be like, "Oh my god," they'll start feeling on my, they'll start feeling on other Luther. You feel what I'm saying? They'll start feeling on me down there and shit like that. Like, that's what happens when they're attracted to you physically, and you can't replace that with money and shit like that. That transactional shit. You start doing that transactional shit, they'll be like, oh, fuck. You know what I mean? Like, it's not gonna be genuine desire, bro. They're not gonna be all over you type shit. So it is what it is. Like, and I definitely do notice, like, when a chick, if you go out on a date with a chick, obviously, initially you're going to, she'll look at you and be like, okay, yeah, I'm sexually attracted to him, or I'm not. Like, she'll know off rip. All right. So that's another thing that being lean taught me. Another thing that being lean taught me about women. All right. I think I'm on number 3 right now. But another thing being lean taught me about women is that, like, if they want you, oh yeah, they're gonna get you, bro. If they want you, they will get you. They're gonna go out their way. They're gonna make it happen. You see what I'm saying? They are going to make the first move. Like I said, chicks have came up to me and just asked for my Instagram straight up in the gym. They're like, you know what? I've been staring at this nigga giving him choosing signals for 3 months straight. He's not giving it. Fuck it. I'm just gonna ask for his Instagram. Like, they will be overt with you. All right. And that chick had a fatty, bro. Like I knew she was in the gym by my peripheral, bro. Like my side eye could see that ass, bro. Like, but yeah, she just came up straight up and she's asked for my Instagram and shit like that. Or they're gonna reach out to you on Instagram and shit like that. Or they're going to give you a choosing signal like so significant that you have to at least say excuse me, because they used to do that shit to me. They'd be like, you know what? I stare at him the whole time. I winked at him. Now let me just go like stand in front of him or some shit. So now I have to say excuse me or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll put themselves in the position to get you because they want you, right? they're going to do that shit. They're going to make it happen. Like when they really want something, they're gonna make it happen. That's number 3. Number 4, what it taught me about chicks is like all these games and shit that you guys are like, you gotta be like, yeah, man, like, bro, you gotta see, bro, look what I said to her, bro. My game's crazy, bro. My game's crazy. Look what I said to her, bro. I think she's gonna let me get a date. Chicks only make things difficult when you're not extremely their type, all right? Like, if they're super into you, bro, best believe they're answering quickly and they're setting up a date and they have a free schedule. When they're not into you, you know, they're going to be like, yeah, I don't know, I'm so busy, like, I don't know what hours I'm working. Listen, bitch, I've worked 30 different jobs. I know my schedule 2 weeks out at least, usually a month out, and it's 2025. They usually send you your fucking schedule, you know, through an app or something like that. I've worked literally 30 different nursing jobs. I've worked Walmart, Target, I've worked different gyms, I've worked the library. I always know my fucking schedule. All right, so all that goofy, like, if a chick tells you some goofy shit, like, oh my God, I don't know my schedule for next week. Yes, you do, bitch. Because if Chris Brown was like, hey, you trying to see me Monday? You'd be like, yes, let's do it. You feel me? So it just means they're not interested in you, straight up. That's all. That's all it is. That's why, for me, I have that awareness now, so I don't have to deal with that. Like, a lot of you guys deal with that because if a chick says some shit like, I don't know my schedule, you actually say, okay, does this day work? And you just keep going along with it. If a chick tells me I don't know my schedule, I either block her or leave her on red because I know, okay, she's just not that interested in me, period. Everybody knows their fucking schedule, bro. It's not rocket science. Or if they say some shit like, I'm too busy, that means she's not into you. But you guys don't know that shit. You see what I'm saying? Because I remember before Body Game, you know, I'm asking all these chicks stuff and they're just busy or they're blocking me or they don't know their schedule. And I get on Body Game and now it's like, yeah, I'm free every day because I get off at this time. Like, they're going to make that shit happen because you got to realize a chick is only going to make herself free for someone she wants. Like, because you got to think about this. Chicks that work consistently, you know, if a chick's not doing OF or like she's not an Instagram stuff, she's working a real job, she still gets off the job, bro. Like, chicks that are interested, they'll be like, hey, they'll like give me their schedule, like off rip. And they'll be like, but I'm going out of town in 3 weeks, just in case you wanted to know. But like this week, I get off at this time. Like, whichever day works for you. Like, they're gonna make it happen. They're gonna make it easier for you because they want to meet you because they're interested. It's that simple. Like a lot of texting game shit is just like interest versus non-interest. If you text a chick that's not interested in you, then it's literally gonna be like, you're gonna be like, what do I say next? I'm like, bro, go find another chick, bro. Wasting your fucking time, bro. Literally wasting your time. It's literally like the Jordan Belfort thing where he says, sell me a pen. First of all, you have to realize, like, do they need a fucking pen? If they need the pen or if they want, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do they need the pen? Do they want the pen in the first place? Like, you guys don't gauge a girl's interest before you guys start talking to her. And then you wonder why you get bad results. If the chick didn't want you and you say stuff to her, I mean, you're not going to talk your way into genuine desire. All right? It's that fucking simple. It's that fucking simple. Versus if you say some weird shit, but she's super interested in you, she'll let that shit slide. Or if you don't say anything and she's interested in you, you're still gonna make it happen. It's your job to talk your way out of it, which is gonna be very difficult. All right, very, very simple. So, like I said, chicks are gonna make it happen when they're super, super genuinely interested in you. All right, all these games and shit like that. That's just for dudes they don't like. And kind of going into that as well is like all these standards and shit. All those standards and shit. Like, you gotta watch what a woman does, not what she says. All those standards and shit doesn't apply to what she wants. All right, how many times the amount of times chicks have said like, oh my God, I don't like dudes who have goals and who don't go to church and who don't do this, who don't do that, and who thirst trap and have a lot of followers and want attention. Ew. The next day she's hitting me up. The day after that, she's giving me the Gawk 3000, bro. Like, I have goals and I had like a lot of comments on my social media and shit like that, and that's the opposite of what she said she wanted type shit. It is what it is. Like, they're always gonna be attracted to what they're attracted to. It's innate. It's in them, bro. So like, for a lot of people, the reason I make these videos because most people will never be lean, so they just don't know this shit. So this is very informational for people who just never be lean. Because let's be honest, 95%, maybe 90% of people, let's say 90% would be conservative. 90% of people will just never be lean, so they just don't know what the fuck is going on. All right, so being lean just taught me a lot of this shit. Another thing it really taught me is like when a chick like is like no, like when a chick knows you get chicks and they kind of know that you dealt with chicks before, they'll be straight up with you, man. They won't do the games and the I already said they won't do the games, but they'll tell you shit. They'll tell you a lot of shit. They'll tell you how they think. They'll even say shit like, I had this one chick tell me like, yeah, like, I was just on a break with my boyfriend because he's like, I mean, he's good and everything, but he's just like, I don't know, like, we end up getting in a lot of arguments because he's just like boring. And he's just like, I don't know, he doesn't do it for me. They'll tell you that shit straight up. And the reason they hit you up is because you do it for them, bro. Straight up. And listen, the amount of game, the funny thing is, the amount of game you'll get from chicks. I know people say, oh, don't listen to chicks, what chicks say. I'm talking about when a chick likes you and you guys are actually like dealing with each other. She'll tell you shit, bro. She will literally tell you shit, bro. And a lot of chicks, man, they might say some shit like, they might say some shit like they don't like the game or they don't like nonchalant people, but they love nonchalant people. Because I remember there was this one chick, right? There was this one chick I was dealing with, and the first day I went over, I definitely fucked up. I'm not gonna lie. First day I went over, I fucked up. I was too friendly that day. You see what I'm saying? I was too friendly because I was just being nice. I was in a good mood. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't giving that bad boy energy because I wasn't in that energy. You know what I'm saying? Because I was, we were just vibing. I was just vibing with the chick. I wasn't feeling like, being in that energy. I was just, I was relaxing. So she was like, I don't know about this dude. But then, like, in between that and the second date, like, she yeah, I just kept leaving her on red and I just kept grinding. And she kept seeing my physique on my Snapchat and responding to my stories. I just kept leaving her on red because I was done with other chicks. Because to me, I was like, yeah, that chick's done. That chick's done. So I just wrote her off in my head. And then 2 months later, she's like, can you please come over this day? So came over and she was all over me, bro. She was all over me, bro. We ended up smashing and shit. And then she would and then from that point forward, I would literally forget to respond to her text and shit like that. And then I would see the text and I'd be like, okay. Like I'll see the text like 2 months later and then I'll end up going to see her again or some shit like that. We did that shit like on and off for like a year. And then she would always tell me, she's like, oh my God, like it just turns me on like the way you leave me on red and shit like that. I'm like, the fuck? She's like, oh my God, like, oh, you make it so hard. I just love it. It just turns me on and shit like that. I was like, I don't know what that means. I'm just chilling. But yeah, so that like me leaving her on red because I was dealing with other chicks and me just grinding and doing my thing and being in shape and stuff like that. That's another thing that attracted her. Just like me not chasing basically. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, a lot of chicks, they have dudes chasing them 24/7. They kind of get sick of that shit, and it just shows low value. Because when you chase something, you reinforce the fact that you don't have it in the first place, and it's just like they're just so unattracted to that shit. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like a lot of chicks will even say, they say it. I don't say this shit, by the way. I'm not the one saying this shit. I'm literally repeating what they say. They'll say they love the bad boy look or the muscles or the bad boy energy or the nonchalantness. They say that shit. I don't fucking say that shit, all right? They say it, and then I repeat it. I'm just repeating what they say, all right? And what they are attracted to type shit. Because it's literally just, because here's the thing. When you're really working on yourself, which most of you guys aren't, but when you're really working on yourself and you're building something, and you're staying in shape and you have your priorities set, right? You don't like to get out of routine, number one. Number two, you prioritize your time and you prioritize yourself. And once you prioritize your time and you prioritize yourself, it's easier and you're gonna be comfortable being alone, right? Right. And when you have a lot of experience with chicks, you don't really care about like, I have to link with this chick. Oh my God, like you don't really care about that shit. So you're in a position of power. All right, you're willing to walk away. And that gives you that. They can sense that fucking power based on your body language when you're in person, based on the way you're texting back, right? And based on your nonchalantness, like when it comes to everything, like the way you're nonchalant. Because if they're like, well, if you can't meet me this day, then we're done. I'm not gonna say, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like I'll make it happen. That's not what I say. Or I don't say okay, and I definitely don't say like, okay, understood. I don't say any of that. I leave it on red and then I unfollow them, bro. If it's Instagram or if it's like a dating app or something, leave them on red or unmatch them or some shit. I'm not dealing with this shit. It's not that deep. All right. They give me an ultimatum, they always fucking lose every single time. Now I've had multiple times where chicks are like, oh my God, like there's one chick, she said some shit. She's like, oh my God, like I'm sorry, I don't have an Instagram. Like, but if I did, like I would give it to you. And I was like, everyone has an Instagram in 2025. And she was like, I don't, so I unmatched her. And then she followed me on Instagram, bro. What the fuck? Like, it's like, bro, you gotta watch what they do. Don't listen to what they say. And remember, every chick's on Instagram. I'm gonna do a video on like dating apps and shit like that. But yeah, link is in the description to get lean as fuck. You know the drill. Discord link will be coming next week. It's been taking a while for the Discord, but Discord link's coming next week. Y'all stay blessed, man.